Sounds good, John. What also sounds good, summer, because it's so close. It's right there. It's right there. Yes, and of course, since the summer months are so close, it means more time in your bathing suits. Of course, less clothing, more skin. You need to cool off, feel a little sexy. But it's not always easy, though, if you don't feel comfortable with how you really look at your body. Now, Bethany Dario, who's a registered and licensed dietitian, joins me now this afternoon to talk about how we should just accept our bodies. Bethany, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, how does dietitian and register, because really you're just going to tell me I just need to be skinny anyway, right?
Nope, that's not the message at all. All bodies have equal value, and we work with a lot of clients to disconnect the way they think and feel about their bodies from the choices that they're making with food.
And I've been told, because we've spoken before, and other people are telling me, food is not my enemy. Food is delicious.
Absolutely.
So then, how can I kind of change my image? Because sometimes, really, if I have a negative self-image, it can turn into, eating disorders, something more detrimental to my health. What is it that you're suggesting? What are you telling folks?
Yeah, there's all kinds of tools we can use to start to change the way that we think and feel about our body. It starts by identifying some of those distorted thoughts that we might have, the perception or assumptions that we have about our own bodies and about other people's bodies. And sometimes it starts with something simple like identifying things functionally that our body can do and focusing on that rather than focusing on the way we believe that we're being perceived in public.
Okay, so then I'm changing my thought process, but then should I just starve myself? Because eventually if I'm skinny, I'll eat more later and then everything will be better, right?
Not at all,
Okay.
not at all.
I don't know what to do.
So ideally we're gonna feed ourselves all day long in a way that we align with cherishing our bodies and taking care of our bodies, fueling our bodies really well. So the idea your body is your ally rather than your enemy means we're gonna partner with it to take care of it, nourish it really well, and then work on acceptance of the outcomes in terms of what that's gonna look like in your individual body.
Right, because sometimes I diet and I diet and I diet, and yet my body is still, in my mind, I look the same. Maybe I've lost a couple inches, but that number on the scale, baby, is still not moving. So what else do I do? What do I do? Because yes, I accept myself, but I'm still not skinny enough. What's happening?
Yeah, I think we have to shift our focus, a paradigm shift to focus on health behaviors rather than the number on the scale or the size of our pants or clothing, the way things fit. Because when we focus on health behaviors, how we're moving, what we're eating, if we're honoring hunger, respecting our fullness, eating a wide variety of food, those are things we can actually tangibly do rather than to focus on the size of my pants, which often connects back to a cultural ideal that can result in a lot of shame.
And we're going to avoid the shame because, again, my body is not my enemy, though I do want to fight it sometimes.
Yep.
So then...
It's true.
But then you're talking about healthy eating, because my healthy eating thought process is just, okay, so now I eat like a rabbit. That's it. I just eat like a rabbit and water. So just lettuce and carrots and water, and lettuce and carrots and water. And then I hate food. It's no longer fun to just enjoy a meal.
Yeah, food is social. It's so much more than just nutrition. It connects us as humans. So I definitely don't think that's the healthiest way to eat. I think we want to include all kinds of food in variety and moderation. I think we want to eat when we're hungry, donuts, stop when we're full.
Okay.
And often when we try to eliminate some of those foods, we end up overeating on them anyways, rather than just occasionally including it as part of your regular intake.
Right.
Yeah.
Because moderation, I don't like the word, but it does exist, and we should accept the fact that it is. So moderation and accepting the fact that I don't have to ignore the food pyramid that, of course, we were all taught. I can still take from it.
Yep. Everything on there is, you have permission to have all the different types of food, and connecting a certain type of food, like a donut, for example, to the size or shape of our body can be really detrimental, because then we start to add a psychological component to food that didn't previously exist.
So then when I look, I feel like you're saying it to me and I'm just like, yeah, but no.
Yeah.
So,
It's okay.
Yeah, but no.
Keep it coming.
Because that's what happens. So I know you said groups that do that. So because I'm sure this is a come back and forth. I'm not the only one who does
Not
this.
at all. Not at all.
Where should we go? How can we join?
Yeah, absolutely. We do. We have groups that occur on Tuesday evenings where we discuss body image. It's open to anyone. You don't have to be a current client to join. And we talk through a lot of these things because it does take a long time to deconstruct the way that we've been taught to think about our bodies and the way we've been taught to think about food.
I feel like it's an obvious question. Going here, calling the number, going to the email. This is a safe space for me, though. I can, if I feel ashamed, I can come here and you're not going to judge me.
Not at all. We have a wide variety of individuals who attend, and we have all different kinds of body types. Often I get questions when individuals call, am I going to be the heaviest person in the room? Am I going to be the person who's restricting or binge eating, or how are other people going to relate to me? And honestly, we have all ends of the spectrum, and people really are genuinely there to help each other and to help themselves. So we set some ground rules ahead of time, but everybody's welcome, and it is a really safe environment. We have a couple providers that are typically there at each meeting to help direct conversation, but also jump in if somebody's feeling maybe threatened or shame is triggered.
Wonderful. Bethany, Dario, thank you so very much.
Thanks
so
for
again,
having me.
you've got those options. Well,